It's your time. It's your time. It's your time. Dream so high you can touch the sky. Ba-ba-ba-da-da. Hey, hey, hey. Y'all know it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. So welcome to Wind Down Wednesday. Being a woman series, honey, because that's all I am and that's what I know. I am your host, Coach T EnStacia White, and we'll be discussing real life ish women face every day. All right. So it is Women's History Month. We got a couple more weeks of that. So I love to celebrate us. So come on in and get comfy, cozy, get your wine. I don't have wine tonight. But I am still here, having in a good time, having a good time and ready to just talk about it, just ready to have a conversation. So get your wine, get your cozy clothes on, and let's get ready to have a conversation. If you are checking in, please tell me where you checking, what's going on, who you are, where you from. I'm in the KC area. So I will be checking in. You know how I go. Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm in KC. So you guys, this is just really candid conversations that I love to have. I really enjoyed participation, from people, from the guests in the audience. This is something that everybody should be participating in. And so let me know where you from. I'll wait a few minutes to let you guys check in and get settled and get going and all that jazz. And let me, hook up things like I normally have to do. This broadcasting is so cool and awesome, but there's some things that I gotta do. I got to do. All right, so let's do it now. Am I breaking up? So y'all just let me know if I am breaking up. Okay, let's go back. And let's just do it this way. Yes. So just show me patience. I have to do this part every week. When I get started, we're gonna get started. This is a really, really good, fantastic conversation that really needs to be had. Because when I start breaking down these statistics and I start breaking down some things about living with fibroids and just my battle and how many other women are living with it. But before I get into that, let me introduce myself. I am Coach T EnStacia White, a transition and purpose-driven life coach. I truly love what I'm doing, and I am exactly where I'm supposed to be in this thing here called life. And I am an organization prioritization and monetization specialist, prioritize to simplify people's lives. So I get them on a life plan, or I help assist them with a life plan so that they can do all the amazing things that they've always wanted to do in their life. By that way, I use my planning collection, the Millionaire Dream Life Planning Collection, to do so. So that's what I do, but y'all can chime in. Please tell me what y'all do. One thing I really believe in is connections. Connections, connections, connections. And so just let me know what it is that you do. Where you at, what you do, what your occupation is, what's your passion, right? What is your why? Why are you here on this earth on this March 23rd, right? What is it that you are doing in life? With yourself. So, like I said, the topic today is living with fibroids. And I really, really, really want to start this let's talk about it. Let's talk about it with let's do this. I need this. Can we begin to normalize this conversation? Because, like I said, once I give you these numbers on how many women are in just the US alone, right, are suffering with fibroids and what exactly fibroids are, and to know if you are suffering, because some people might be going through and don't even know that they're going through, right? They might be dealing with it and not even have an idea that that's what's happening to them. And so this gives you a good idea. This conversation right here can educate you on what it is, the real deal of it all, right? Of dealing with fibroids or having fibroids and all that kind of stuff. All right. So, this is the information. So, what are fibroids? For people in the back that really have no idea what fibroids are, and what the big to do is to talk about it. So fibroids are tumors made of smooth muscles cells and what does that say, connective tissues, fibrosis tissues. Y'all know I'm not a doctor. And they develop in the uterus. And so, and it's something that a lot of women suffer through, is what I'm going to say. And it can interrupt a lot of things in your life, your mood swings, your what you can do on a daily basis, what you have to do. Some people, I know, was a period in time in my life where I had to get iron injections. I have to take a regimen of vitamins every day. So it is something that can, have some kind of bearing on your day-to-day life. So I'm here to talk about it. I'm here for us to discuss what's really going on. And also, approximately 26 million women. So this ain't no little thing, right? Hey now, hey, if you are checking in, just say where you're from, who you are, what you do, whatever it is you want to share with us. So approximately 26 million women have fibroids in the United States. And that's a lot of people. The more and more I started telling my story, the more and more I was like, everybody around me is suffering through this, right? It's not just me. And I think that that's why I said, let's start this conversation about, can we normalize this conversation? Can we make people understand that this is not a small little thing that some people, only a handful of people go through. This is everyday life for a lot of women. And I think we need to talk about it. I think it's something that we don't talk about. I think it's something that, it's 2022. It's things that we need to be discussing about our bodies and our health that are very important. And we need to start having those kind of conversations. All right. So 70 to 80% of women will develop fibroids in a lifetime. So it is already at 26 million people dealing with it right now. And just think that there'll be more people. That's a very high number. You know what I'm saying? So this is literally something we need to be discussing. All right. So anybody want to check in? Anybody got something they want to say? Anything, where you from? So if you don't know, Coach T is in Kansas City, Missouri. I just have really just decided that I'm ready to live free, right? And I think that that's why I'm literally deciding to have these kind of candid conversations because I really think that people need to make a lot of things normal conversations, so you're not going into things blind, you like feeling like you all alone or dealing with stuff that you don't really know what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And I think for me speaking out, it led me to understanding some of the things that I needed to do on this journey, just by talking to people on this journey. And I was gifted, blessed with, because I opened my mouth. I was gifted with this book. I don't know if you guys can see it. I was gifted with this book years ago when I first started dealing with it. And I was like, I really wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this book a little later, but let me get to the rest of the stats and the statistics so people can understand what this is. Hey now, hey y'all. Fibroids are the most common reason why women have hysterectomies. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm not a doctor or a scientist by no means, but I'm thinking to myself, there has to be a cure, or this struggle has been going on too long. We need to come together and figure out how we can get a cure. And I'm saying not a cure, but we need to find something that can ease women's minds, or figure out a way to balance their body, um so that they won't have to people won't have to get surgery. All right, I got people checking in. Let's see what's going on. Hey Ayana. um I am doing beautifully, wonderfully. It's Wednesday. I look forward to our wind down Wednesday chats. Hello, Consuela. Hey, that's our good money multiplier, Consuela. So if you need your taxes or to get your money right, y'all better go find her on Facebook. Get yourself together, honey. And yes. Oh, thank you. I wanted to make sure that y'all could see the book. So I thank you. Thank you for chiming in, sis, because I know you are a busy one. So I appreciate that. So the next thing that I wanted to kind of let you all even understand what a hysterectomy is, because I think people just bypass what it actually is, right? So a hysterectomy is an operation to remove your uterus. So for me, this is me. Now, with Wind Down Wednesdays, I want people to kind of tell their story. So whatever your story is, but for me, when I got to reading into this book, I started to understand how freaking important my uterus was to my mindset, to my overall body, and to my spirit. So, like a lot of the times we just talk about things, right? We just a uterus, right? You have babies, this is where babies come from. You kind of use it, and that's the focus, right? That's what you're thinking about. So, no, I do not need my uterus to produce any more babies because, baby, I'm done with that. But it is the center of a woman. So when you start thinking of things like that, it becomes a little harder for you to just go into, having surgery. And also, I'm a type of person, if you didn't know, I don't like to say was, because I still consider myself an athlete. I was an athlete at the early age of 3, 4, 5 years old, right? So I've been an athlete my entire life. And so there's just things that I don't want to happen to my body, so I try to do and take care of my body to the best of my ability as a human being. And so I want my original parts. And this is all personal. You know what I mean? This is just what I'm saying, how I feel. You guys are more than welcome to share. That's one thing about me. I love candid conversations. I love to hear other people's point of view. But for me, those were all the things that was going through my mind when I found out that this was something that I had to handle or figure out what was my next move or what it was that I needed to do. And so that was one. When I read that in a book, I wrote that down because I really was not sure, of what it was that I wanted to do or what it was that I was going to do. Really wasn't sure about that. I, it was so I So I got a story time for you. You like I said, y'all welcome to share. I have a story time. So I two things. While when I first found out about what was going on, a lot of people around me was already going through it, right? So I had actual tangible, resources that I could tap into. And at the time, a lot of people that were getting the hysterectomies and all of that, they were having trouble with their hysterectomies. Like some people had to get them twice. Some people, it was just, for me, I was like, it was confirmation. And also at that time, the Lord was working with me and saying that He was putting my spirit that I would figure out a way holistically to heal my body. Now, mind you, I don't, at the time, holistic wasn't the only probably thing that I was doing consistently holistic was probably going to the chiropractor and taking vitamins. And so really wasn't even sure what that journey looked like, wasn't even sure what that meant, was really like, what am I supposed to be doing? What does that look like? But like I said, there were so many people going through it. And the more and more I opened my mouth, the more and more I got people's stories. So, and that's when, like I said, that's when I got the book, and the book was telling me how big business for doctors hysterectomies were. Like, that's pretty much a big chunk of their salary. And so that was one thing, right? And then the other thing was just teaching me how to better. Now, if you would have asked me, I thought I was already treating my body right, right? But I really wasn't educated on food, what food meant, what type of food, where it was coming from, that mattered. I'm just going to the grocery store and picking it up. So just researching what I was putting in my mouth, what I needed to put in my body, and what I did not need to put in my body, right? What was exacerbating my y'all. Symptoms is the word I want to say. So that was that. Also during this time, right? Also during this time, I went to a doctor, like anybody would, right? I went to the doctor. I was new to the Kansas City area, so I did not know this doctor. Just met him literally that appointment. And he was like, checking me out like a doctor would. And then he was like, oh yeah, you have fibroids, which I already knew that. And he was like, and you need to have surgery, so we're just going to schedule the surgery for um Thursday. It was already Tuesday. I went on a Tuesday, just met this man, and then by Thursday he thought he was just going to do some surgery on me, just just do a hysterectomy. Like that's how we was going to flow. And so I joke now, and I tell people now, I go, I just met him. He didn't say, we just learned each other's names and nothing. He didn't try to court me. He didn't try to date me or nothing. He just trying to take all my stuff. So needless to say, I did not have the surgery because, like I said, it was also other kind of components kind of happening. Education was happening for me that I realized that I didn't. But I'm saying all this to say because I really want to know, you know, who out there decided to have the surgery, because I feel like it's personal. One thing about me, I feel like your choice, your body, you do you, and that's that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a judgmental type of person. You do you. I do what I feel like is best for me, and you better do what you feel like is best for you. So I would like to know, how many of you, decided to have the surgery, and how was it for you? How was everything after the surgery and all of that? How was everything kind of going for you now? Um I think that is a good question. So I want to know, like, people that are chiming in, that this is something that they are dealing with. how many of you guys, elected to have the surgery? I think that that would be a great, great, great conversation. And even if you watch on the replay, I would love for you to, stop in and put your comments down and talk about what it is that you felt and why you felt that way. Why do I think it's important for us to have these kind of conversations? Because there's people out there suffering, trying to make decisions for themselves, trying to do things alone. And that this is a big deal. This decision is a very big deal. And I think that the more resources and the more support and the more help that people have in their corner, the better it is for them, right? So I'm really curious, y'all. So chime in, check in, talk about it. Let's really. I think we grew up in an age where we're like, oh, we don't talk about certain things. And I know this is social media, and I'm up here talking about fibroids and hysterectomies, but this is a amazing conversation, and this is the platform that we should have it on. The more the merrier, so that we can either figure out how to find a cure or a better way to live with it, or figure out, if you have surgery and all of that, what is it actually doing to you, and so that you're prepared, that you're prepared to go through whatever it is that you have to go through, right? So make sure that you're chiming in with us. All right. The next thing I want to know, if there's any, sis like out there that's like me, right? That they're like, nope, that's not what they want to do. How many of you are refusing to do that and figuring out different ways of a lifestyle to kind of combat your fibroids? I think that those are both pretty awesome questions that need to be, had. I think the debate needs to be had. And we need to really talk about it. I might even figure out a way to have a real live forum and making this conversation something that we feel that we can have, a conversation that you just don't feel so, oh, well, we can't talk about that. This is a new day. This is a new day. You are a woman, and we got some woman issues that we need to handle. Because if you ask me, we should not still be having this to this degree. Women should not be going through this to this degree. Seriously, for real. If this was a man issue, do you think that this would still be going on all these years later? Let's really talk about what's really going on, right? I don't believe it would be. I really don't. I believe that if they had to get a hysterectomy or, something equivalent, that they would have been and found something better. They would have been and done something better. They would have had all kind of research teams on this action calls and everything else to make sure that this kind of thing is not going on for years and years and years, like it is. Because I believe that this book was actually written in 1970, but it was so poignant and so right on time to what I'm going through right now, what I was going through. And so, yeah, I was doing something else. All right, y'all, let's move on. But like I said, you guys can come back and answer these questions and get on it. So let's talk about, okay, we already talked about that one. The 4 facts about fibroids. So one of the facts is, and you might have already known this, but this is a fact. Let me find, oh wait, it's down there. There we go. Race is a factor. Race is a factor with fibroids. So, the more and more I do a lot of the health things with this segment, this Wind Down Wednesday, and we get to talking about health, and the more I'm finding that Black women are always at the highest risk. So we need to figure out something, a plan, and I always love a plan, a health plan, a life plan. You need a death plan. You need all of that in your life for stability and balance. But what I was saying about the race factor is number one, that Black women have a higher risk of developing fibroids than any other ethnicity. So we and a lot of people say it's because of vitamin D deficiency, right? So if you're not already, which you should have been through this pandemic, you should have been taking some kind of vitamin D. But if you are not already, you need to get some good stuff. Go to the health food store and get you some vitamin D. Um, and start just listening to the things that your body needs, because I will tell you, my vitamin regimen is amazing, and it does assist with a lot of my help me a lot with this issue. So the second thing is hormones affect fibroid growth. And I know when I was talking about the Healing Fibroids book, this book right here, it was also talking about stress. So you know how stress and your hormones go. You got to let stress go, baby. You cannot, if you are battling this thing with fibroids, then you can't be battling a whole bunch of stress. You need to figure out how to balance your life. You need to figure out how to weed some things out. I'm just telling you the truth, because that's literally what I had to do. I had to learn how to bring my life in, simplify my life a little bit, right? And not allow the things that was triggering me to trigger me anymore, and really write down what those things were. And some of the stuff that was triggering me was petty. So was it worth my health? Right. So but you got to, if you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know what's triggering you, and you don't know that it's petty, right? Oh, I got some comments, y'all. So then you operating in a way that you don't realize your hormones and everything is going out of control. All right. So, okay. I like this comment. So, Miss Consuela was saying that no one was talking about it. Nobody was talking about it. So you just thinking that this is something you got going on, right? It felt like I had no one to talk to about it, the subject, and had no idea of the complexity and how many women had hysterectomies until after my surgery. If you, this is so true. It is so true, because I didn't think to talk about it. One day I was so ecstatic because I finally found an amazing doctor, right? I found a great doctor, somebody to listen to me. One thing, if you know to know to know, to find a doctor that listens to you, that's a diamond in the rough. And so found her, and I was so excited that I got on Facebook and started talking about it. And my Facebook page blew up that day because everybody was like, ping, 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 me too, me. I did this, I did, and I was like, whoa, no idea. I knew I had been talking to people, the last couple of years, but I don't think that I really registered that it was so many, people dealing with that. That didn't register in my mind. I didn't even think of that. I just thought, okay, the people around me, what is that? Look, just my small little area of people. But no, this is a unite a worldly thing, that we need to figure out how to get control over. The third fact about fibroids is lifestyle factor may play a role. Okay, so for me, this was serious. So the hormones and the stress and the lifestyle factors, these were so serious. Once I changed those, changed my mindset, changed my beliefs, changed my eating habits, changed what was important to me, which was me, my health. I'm important to me. Um, then that began to allow me to be better. And so my the way that my fibroids started showing up a little differently. And I think that when I begin or continue to master what I'm doing, I really feel like they will go away. And so I'm still balancing, in my mind, I really want to work this out and do it holistically. But what I do know, if it becomes, too much to my health, then that would be defeating the purpose, right? The purpose that I might need to get surgery. But that's fact number 3, that it is lifestyle. And what I mean by that, while there's some evidence to suggest that fibroids run in families, fibroids also seem to grow and shrink due to certain lifestyle factors. Women who eat more red meat and fewer fruit and vegetables tend to have elevated risk. So when I decided to change what I ate, how and now that helped dramatically. You guys, I wish I could tell you how amazing that was. I started going to the whole food store and getting, plant-based meat and everything. So if you try to eat healthy and get a plant-based diet, that will help you through this process. All right. And number 4 is um surgery is not the only option. Now it might be but the one thing I am proud of, or the fact is that I enjoy about living life on my terms, is that there are options. I got options. I don't limit myself. You have options. So if surgery is what you want to do, then that is your choice, your option. And I just love that. I love that, right? I just love that part of it all. So one thing I really want to say about all of this and the 4 factors and living with fibroids and all that is simply this: if you are living with fibroids, you must have a well balanced lifestyle, period. There's really no sugarcoating it. There's really no sugarcoating it. So like last week episode, 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago, the episode discussed finding balance. So finding balance in your marriage, parenting, career, all of that, finding a balance. So if you are also dealing with any type of illness though, like, right, but fibroids, that's what we're talking about today, you have to create boundaries and balance, because you can't let other people shake you, because people have you shook back, baby. People have you shook and so stressed out you don't even know where you going, where you been, none of that. And you had a whole good plan, but you allow people to shake you off your stump, as they would say, right? Push you down. And so when you decide to love you, and to what I call run, right? I call it run to your purpose. When you decide to redefine your success, understand your value, to notice your worth, then there's some things that you will not longer go back to. And there's some things they're non-negotiable. And your health, your well-being, your mind, body, and soul should be a non-negotiable. And you need balance in your life in order to, allow those things to happen. And I know that even with the schedule for me is good, because when you have to take vitamins every day, sometimes, when you have to do something every day, sometimes you forget. So even having my little calendar was like, later on, did you take your vitamins? Did you drink enough water? Water for me is my other thing too, that I don't drink enough water. So I have to remind myself to drink more water. So those are things that everybody, we need to make sure that we are holding balance in our lives. And I will put the link to the show in the message, so you guys can watch it, so you can see it, so you can go back to it and allow yourself to figure out how to put a little stability and balance in your life. So that's the link that's in there now. And let me go back to, oh, I got some comments. I love it. I love it. A non-negotiable. Y'all, that's where I'm at. When I'm living, yes, Consuela, yes. When I am living life on my terms, and that's one thing I decided to figure out, my boundaries, right? What are my boundaries? What are some of the things that I'm, just not going to allow to shake my spirit? Even though people really want to shake my spirit, just not going to let them do it. And then what are my non-negotiables? Like, what are the things that I'm just not going to do? And I think all of us women have to find that. We have to find it just for our mental health, right? And so we all know that all goes together. We all know that our mental, our spiritual, and our physical health are one body, is one thing. So we have to figure out how to make that work. All right, where I'm at. Wow, y'all, wow, look at this. So it's different when you have guests. The segment takes a little longer, but we are already on the wrap up. Can you believe that? So hopefully this conversation, it was a conversation starter, something that you will be talking to your girls and your family, your nieces, your nephew, your nieces, your aunts, your mom, just to have a conversation so that you can know the history of it. You can know what it is maybe that you should be doing and what it is that you want to do. What is your choice? Because this is what I know. It said 70 to 80% of people will have it. And so at some point, you're going to have this conversation with somebody you know. And so we might as well just feel comfortable about it, and understand it and be okay and make it normal, normalizing these type of conversations, because we need to. I don't know why we're even in a space where we're like, we can't talk about this and we can't talk about that, but then y'all hear some of the ratchet mess that don't help you, can't do nothing for you, that is out there in the world. So we got to figure out a way to have conversations like this. Just like when people want to talk about whatever it is they want to talk about, they're not scared to talk about it. So we can do things like this and talk about fibroids with class. But still understand how serious it is. All right, so we're on the wrap up already, y'all. Another great episode with superb conversation. I love it. I love it. And is there anything anybody wants to share? Like I said, share your story, share by email, share your story, share your particular story. Because even if you decided to have surgery, share your story, because it is something somebody can read, look at, go, kind of go back and forth, have an idea instead of, the coulda, shoulda, woulda, or, whatever, just to make, when you are at a space in your life where you're able to make a conscious decision and you feel great about it. That's way better than making a decision where you really are not sure about it. Then something might happen and then you like, I shouldn't have done it. So now for years you thinking about, I shouldn't have done it, right? So we really need to think about that, really thinking about telling your story. Well, y'all, it's freebie time. It's freebie time. It's freebie time. Y'all know me. I love, love, love giving things away. It's just the loving educator in me. Want everybody to win, because we're in a season of winning. You are in a season of getting everything that God promised you. So you just need to go get it. And so, but you do got to put in some work. I'm giving the freebies, but you got to utilize the tools and strategies that I am providing and implement them in your life. Okay. So, before I go, I must give my tribe a free gift. I love educating and giving my knowledge to assist in seeing my tribe win. So, what I am going to be doing is, you all know about the free training that I do weekly on Coach T TV. Check it out. The episode is personal growth assessment. Now, y'all got some good stuff for you on that one. So the episode, you can go to download the free ebook and all of that. You can get on the episode and do that. However, for a limited time, your girl is providing you with the personal growth assessment evaluation. So it's March, y'all. So what that means in your personal growth assessment is in March, this is the end. The end of March is the end of the first quarter. So if you don't have a personal growth assessment, you don't really know where you're going. And then you might have some amazing vision and amazing everything, but you have no plan. You don't know what you're going, you don't know what you're doing. And 5 years gonna roll around and you're in the exact same state you were in because you just didn't know what to do and didn't have a plan, right? So you can reach me, and I'll put that information in the link. So if you're wanting to take the get all that free stuff from Coach T with Coach T TV, and talking about your personal growth, and then figuring out how I can help you, because that, baby, I got you. I got you. So let's oops. I don't know why it's taking me so long. Sometimes I type faster. So yeah, for your personal growth plan. And let's talk about what else we got. Like I said, it's a lot of great nuggets. And if you want to figure out how to create balance, these are the things that you need to put in your life. It's important. It's important. I can't emphasize enough. And this is for all my procrastinators out there. I got the free training, Stop Procrastinating and Start Monetizing Your Purpose. You are here for a reason, boo. You got something, you got a why that you need to be fulfilling. You have a promise that was already made and laid for you. Now you have to walk in it. And so the first step of all this is making sure that you're not waiting. Stop the waiting. Stop the unstuckness. Stop the thinking that you're not good enough, because baby, you are enough right now in the space that you're in. You just got to take that step. And our free group, Create Your Millionaire Life Plan. Oh, did I got it? Yeah, plan group. So really want you all to join the group, be a part of the group, be a part of the conversation. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it when people conversate. Yes, you are here for a reason. This is real talk. Yes. We should make it into a class, because I don't believe that people understand how big and massive, and as a woman of color, this is really running rampant through our community, through the people that we care about. And we really need to start educating yourselves just on it. Regard, if you want to do the surgery, then finding that right doctor, you know what I mean? Or if you don't want to do the surgery, finding that right program, that food, the vitamins, and all the other things that you need, the chiropractor, all the other holistic things that you need to assist you through it. That's the bottom line. Whatever your decision is, we just need to figure out how to support you in that decision. So just note that I will be linking all of these great nuggets into the chat after in the show. So if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you will enter a drawing to win a gas card and a Millionaire Dream live guidebook. So just all you gotta do is go subscribe. All you gotta do is go to Coach T and EnStacia White and subscribe, and you will be entering a drawing for a gas card. Now, come on now, y'all know gas cards. Did y'all hear me? Gas cards ain't playing. We ain't playing. They are not playing. Okay, so like I said, all these free things, all these free tools, YouTube page has the 12-step trainings in there. They have anything that you need to be a better you are on the page for you to just live like on life on your terms. Create your millionaire dream life plan. It is important. All right. So as much as I hate to go, I really love doing Wind Down Wednesdays. It's really become very therapeutic for me. So I hope everybody that takes a snippet and joins, and listens later, that this is something healing and something positive and a force. And go back and check the old episodes out with our guest speakers. We have some powerhouse guest speakers that come on, and you will be glad you did. You will be glad you did. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for guest speakers to come on our topic. I do know that our next Wind Down Wednesday is April 6th. So it's every other Wednesday. It's April 6th. And we will be talking, since it is Financial Literacy Month, we will be talking about wait a minute, where's that? In my mind. The topic is being a woman financial series, and the topic is financial literacy and what Lord, let me get the title right, y'all. Sometimes my tongue don't want to act right. What is the name of the title? It's crazy. Oh, there we go. Financial literacy, equal pay at the table. So how women can decide to fight for themselves and get that money at the table, because that's another statistics where the woman ain't getting what she deserves, and we are worth it. It's women's season, baby. It's power to the woman right now. And we need to get all the money and everything we deserve, because we working hard for it anyway. So you might as well get it. So it's equal pay at the table, because if you at the table already, baby, I already know you a boss. And if you at the table already, you deserve what you deserve. All right. So that is on April 6th. So hopefully I'll have some guest speakers that want to talk money. I got that from Consuela with her business. Like I said, go check her out, because she is amazing at what she does, and she has longevity in it. One thing is, when somebody has longevity in something, then they are what you want. They're the person you want. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate that, honey. I do. I really do. So before I go, one last thing that I just want to say is I am Coach T, EnStacia White, your sis in this journey called life. Everything I do is intentional. So I am truly, truly at a space, place, and race in my life that I just want to do God's work. And I have a specialty in organizing people's lives. And if you feel discombobulated, if you feel stuck, if you feel underpaid, underdeserved, and you are ready to move, then come on, let's move. So I will see you all on Wednesday, April 6th, 2020 at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to be talking about financial literacy. So if you are serious about changing every area of your life, then make sure you come and join me on Wednesday, April 6th. Consuela, thank you for joining me. Love you. Love you so much. And you all make sure that you have an amazing rest of your evening, and make sure that you speak life in someone every day. Your kind words, your smile, which is free, can change the course of someone's life. Mwah. Love you. Good night. See y'all later. Bye.